Hey everyone, Megan Olivi here with Eddie Alvarez, UFC lightweight world champion, who takes on Conor McGregor this Saturday night in the main event at UFC 205. Eddie, how nice is it to actually be able to drive to your fight week?
Just sleeping in my own bed. I had to leave about a week ago to start my media and start everything like that, but just being on the East Coast, I'm an hour and a half away from my home, know everything's safe. Feels good that the Philly crowd is able to make a ride up here as well. I'm just happy to be able to do it right here. It's like a treat to my city to be able to defend my belt right near home.
Your family is in Philadelphia, and I know that, a couple of fights ago we talked, and you said how hard it was to be away from them and kind of have to FaceTime them to go to sleep. But now you're home. You get to say goodnight to your kids every night. Go train over in New Jersey. Mentally, how much does that help you?
You need peace in your life in order to go to war. And I think we also need war for peace. So the two need each other. And the fact that I'm back home, I'm in a comfortable place with my wife and kids, it's incredible. And definitely paid dividends coming back home and winning this belt.
It certainly did. And as a fighter, it seems like you've reignited almost under Mark Henry. Talk to me just about Ricardo Almeida and Mark and Frank Yeager as a training partner and what really in New Jersey all of that has going for you.
If you were in that room training and you didn't want to be a world champion, you ended up becoming a world champion just because the passion and the work ethic that everyone goes after their goals with, it's contagious, it's energetic, and I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that from Mark, I'm feeling that from Ricardo, I'm feeling that from Frankie and the whole crew of guys.
You've been fighting for a long time, you've fought in all different organizations, but do you feel different as a fighter at this point in your career?
I do feel different. I'm a lot more grown up now. I know how to, I don't know how to explain it. I'm a lot more calm. I'm a lot more confident in what I can do and my ability. Before fight week used to be so emotionally draining. It's just like ups and downs and oh my God, open workouts, oh my God, weigh-ins. And I think after years, you just know that everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be just fine.
Your opponent's Conor McGregor. And with a Conor McGregor fight, there just is more media attention. There are more eyeballs. So when you speak about fight week, what has this fight week been like in comparison to your other UFC fight weeks?
Oh, this fight week's been an onslaught of media, but it's nothing that I can't handle. I brought one of my best friends, Ray Robinson, with me. He's been along with me through this whole media journey. But in between any media, anytime I get time, we're still keeping what's important number one, and that's our training and that's our focus. And outside of these cameras and the interviews and everything like that, we're training and we're getting ready.
Before it was announced, there were rumors of maybe Khabib's next, maybe this person's next, maybe it's Toronto. How did this come together, and was it a stressful process or was it an easy process for you?
Conor McGregor and his group had the bout agreement in hand the day after Nate Diaz's fight was over. So they had a long time to look at that thing and sign it. They didn't sign it till the last minute. I don't know why that is. Maybe he looked at it in fear for weeks and didn't want to put pen to paper. But we knew he had it in hand, and we just needed him to sign it. We just needed him to show up, and he showed up. And Saturday night, he'll pay.
Is this the opponent that you wanted?
This is the opponent I wanted. I'm tired of beating the best guys in the world, fighting the best guys in the world, and then going to a press conference and getting asked about Conor McGregor.
And Twitter's been blowing up. A lot of people want to see a Conor McGregor-Eddie Alvarez fight.
At the very least, this fight will end that. The media won't ask me about Conor McGregor. They'll simply know that I'm the best lightweight in the world, and there is no one else to talk about.
With such a deep division at 155, was it a bit of a surprise knowing, oh, now he's gonna come here and challenge, but there's this line of contenders at lightweight?
It wasn't a surprise. I think he's pretty much been making his own decisions. If you can sway the mob, you pretty much can make your own decisions, and there's a mob out there who supports him. But regardless, you can't skip the line. There's a price to pay for that. There's nothing that's gained quickly that's any good, and I think he just tried to do something too quickly, and it will show inside the cage.
Although you've been fighting a long time and people who follow the sport know you've been one of the best for years, do you feel like this is a good opportunity to get your name and your skill set out to people who maybe don't tune into every fight?
Yeah, I do. I think a lot of the followers they're just kind of jump on the bandwagon with Conor McGregor because the slick talk, but why they follow him has very little to do with actual fighting. They probably may have never even seen a fight of his. So we're gonna see some really good high-level mixed martial arts on Saturday, and it's gonna be something for anybody, whether you know fighting or not, is gonna be able to appreciate, and I'll be glad to do that.
Tell me about how you foresee this matchup.
My poise and my ability to have fun bothers him, and the same thing will happen inside the cage.
Give him the little boy belt. Give him that little boy belt. Give him that little boy belt. Give him that little boy belt.
He will not be enjoying himself, and I will, and that's going to break him. He's going to get desperate, and he's going to make a bad mistake. He's very offensive-minded, and when he can't be offensive and he has to be defensive, he gets flustered. I know this guy. I watch him, I see him, and now we're going to execute him.
As you say this, you have this like little smile creeping on your face. Does this excite you? Is it almost like, let's just get to Saturday?
I'm not in a hurry to get to Saturday. I'm having a good time with the media and doing my thing. But when Saturday comes around, I'm ready. Me, Mark Henry, and our crew of guys, we prepared, we planned, and the execution is upon us. I'm not sure where they're coming at with a game plan, but he'll be energetic, he'll be athletic. He does well for a round or two. But when this pulls into a fight, a real fight, when we get in 3, 4, and 5 these rounds, if we ever get there, I just see nothing but a one-sided butt whooping. Like, that's all I see. But usually when I fight a guy who's known to knock people out, a guy who's a dangerous striker, these are the guys, they're my most violent, vicious knockouts. Because I get a little bit of that nerves inside of me that move me. So I'm looking forward to feeling that.
Was that something you had for RDA?
Absolutely. It comes when I make that walk. And when I feel it, most people call it fear. I call it excitement, I call it nerves. But it never quite gets to my head, it just stays in my body. And it makes me move incredible. I love it.
How much do you think wrestling comes into play here?
Wrestling could be the deciding factor. I think it's something that his camp has definitely wanted to be able to stop. I've watched closely how they're preparing to deal with a wrestler, and it's all wrong. That's all wrong.
There's going to be a final face-off. What are you expecting to happen there?
I have no expectations of it. I think I'm looking forward to it. I think when we were together at the first press conference, I don't know if people are mistaking this as I'm not taking him serious. I take every fight I fight dead serious. But the antics and things like that are fun for me. It's hard for me to take that serious. I'm an adult, I have 4 kids at home, a wife. So like when you say, oh, I'm gonna beat you up, it's funny when they try to do things to get you riled up or whatever, as if I'm not gonna walk in the cage and fight them, so that's good.
During International Fight Week in July, the week that you won the title, Frankie Edgar said that he was taking a lot of motivation from your performance. Do you feel like you'll be able to take motivation and inspiration away from them?
I kind of take motivation, inspiration from Frankie on a weekly basis. So I don't think the night of the fight I'll be focused, I'll be ready. And I sincerely feel like our team's gonna have a clean sweep. I do in my heart. I think everybody's put everything out there. Everyone will feed off each other's energy. But we've done that for the past month or 2 months. So I'm sure we'll do it the night of the fight.
Man, I'm so looking forward to this card, looking forward to seeing your team perform, looking forward to see you perform. Best of luck to you, Eddie.
Thank you.
Thanks.